Okay, everybody. Now, here's I guess you could say, sort of like a question, or rather, an issue with some of you out there who are on your journey to being a healthier you. And what I'm talking about, the issue is relationships. Now, these relationships can be a couple, it can be marriage, it can be family, it can be children, and particularly for those who are making a transition or making a change in your life, meaning that you're going from a particular place. Most commonly for a lot of people, when you talk about making a journey to be a healthier you, that means that your health wasn't where it should be or where it needs to be. You've gotten the results from the doctor. The doctor says your cholesterol needs to be much better. Your blood pressure needs to be brought down. And it may not even be the first time you're going to the doctor and they said this was something that's going on. Maybe you had a diagnosis and this is very serious. And so in this case, you got to do something. But where I'm going with this and what I'm going to talk about, because I'm sure that even for me and for anybody out there, depending on your situation, you do face some challenges. Some challenges are very extreme. They can be major barriers. Others aren't so extreme. I mean, they just may be minor, and you can work your way through them. So it's really not that much. I thought I'd move the camera a little bit to get a little bit of light to get into this. But I thought I'd bring it up because I'm sure that for many of you out there, that again, when you're in a relationship, you're going in a particular direction. It could be something simple as you're eating differently right now. There's a big thing with people being vegan. They eat more plants. I know a little bit about that myself, and so that's you got a spouse or somebody that's like I ain't giving up my meat and whatever that stuff is you're doing or that weird stuff you eating. I'm not down with that. So you just go right on, more power to you. Or it may be a combination of those things. You are trying to lose weight, you are working out, and again, particularly like I said, for a lot of people out there, is a dire situation, but you're having problems with your relationship. That spouse, that husband, that wife, well, they're really not giving you the support that you feel like they should be giving you the motivation that they should be giving you. Or it could just be family members, that friends and people just not really motivating you, really not motivating you and pushing you in the direction that you need to go. And my whole thing with this is this, and where you got to really be honest with yourself, even when it comes to family members, even when it comes to a spouse, anything, because this really not necessarily always about because you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to be a healthier you. It's just the mentality, ironically, of some people in relationships when you're going in a different direction and they're used to seeing you a certain way. They may be lackluster in supporting you. They're kind of supporting you, but then again, they're not supporting you, and that can be very, very frustrating. But just want to give you some encouragement, some words of encouragement. First and foremost, with anything, especially when it comes to your health, here's what you got to understand: you have to take ownership of your health. You, you have to take ownership of your health. It's you, your body, your health, your wellness, your mental stability. That's another thing I can get into and spend a whole lot of time on that because you hear a lot of people talking about how stressed out they are. And sometimes that can interfere even with their other wellness journeys, such as exercising and working out and eating right. So what they end up doing, they end up dropping everything. And they're no longer eating right. They're no longer going to the gym. They're no longer taking the class. And next thing you know, their weight gonna jump back up. Their blood pressure is going up and those type of things. But the point I'm trying to make in all of this, you really got to take care of you. At the end of the day, that husband and wife, girlfriend, family member, whoever, to be honest with you, you really can't trust and rely on them. There are plenty of places and plenty of sources of motivation. This is why I encourage people also. And this isn't to really, to interfere with your relationship or create any problems with your relationship. But one of the great things nowadays, even with the internet, and even what I'm doing right here with Hip Living, and I also have something called Ages and Fit, is creating your own community. I mean, you just have to tap into that community out there, people that are like you, like-minded people that are going through some of the same things that you're going through. That helps a whole lot. Sometimes the best supporters are the people that you really, really don't know, but you have a like-mindedness because you're going through the same thing. You're encouraging each other. You're motivating each other. So the one thing I want you to understand and realize, And it doesn't mean that your loved one or them really don't care about you. Sometimes they don't understand because they're not you. Okay, let's just be real. They're not you. They're not necessarily in your shoes. And so you have to seek out that family, that circle, those people that you can associate with, like-minded people that are going through your same journey, especially when it comes to your health and wellness. Like I said, there are plenty of Facebook pages, um, information and about, for example, if you're changing your diet and becoming a vegan or vegetarian, a lot of people out there sharing information and experiences when it comes to health and wellness. Nowadays, I mean, there's just so many options and so many choices when it comes to that. So technically, it's really no excuses. So don't let that discourage you. Whatever you do, don't let that discourage you. I mean, if you're getting some discouragement from within the realms of your family and friends and so on, whatever you do, don't let that discourage you. You're not by yourself. In fact, share that with some other people in that network that you're in. Raise the question. Ask them about that. You don't necessarily put all your business out there. But I'm just saying, that's my advice to you if you're facing those challenges in relationships where you're going in one direction and that other person is really not with you, they're dragging their feet or whatever. And sometimes you just got to be patient. In many cases, sometimes those individuals come along and they accept the fact. And there's another thing that you're going to have to understand too. When you really, really make up in your mind that you're going to do this and understand your health is your health, your body, your health is yours and yours alone, believe me, that person is going to have to make a decision. And like I said, you only got one you. Your health is your wealth. Your health is the most important thing in the world, because if you don't have your health, you don't have you, you're no good to anybody else, believe it or not. You're stressing yourself, you're stretching yourself out, trying to help everybody, so on and so on, and you're neglecting exercise, you're neglecting eating, you're flip-flopping. 1 minute you're working out, then you're not working out, then you're working out, then you're not working out, you're eating right, then you're not eating right, because you're stressed out. And a lot of that has to do with you have to make a decision on how you navigate through your relationship and your health and your wellness. So I hope that helped you out a little bit. And take care. Remember, your health is your real wealth. So take care.